Hello, YouTube. This is Mickey D bringing you episode 50 of Stationeers. Right after last episode, in case you're watching this at a later date, um, topped off my coffee, and back again. Um, so, we're going to hook this suit station up in this episode, and we're getting more pipes. Let me try to clear some of this stuff out that we're not going to need. This is the last machine, so everything else except for chickens we've got up and running. And chickens we're not going to worry about right now. And I decided I don't want to put this here. I think I am going to put it over here. I think I'll make it a little bit easier to hook up, because let's put this out here. So we have, for the suit station, and I think we'll stick it right, oh, of course, right where the wiring is. Okay, maybe we'll put it over here. Because we want to run, so we need to run nitrogen in for the suit. We need to run, tie into our filtration line, power. I don't think we're going to worry about data. I can't see anything we actually need to automate on that unless we wanted to read out on what is in the suit. And then in the front, we have our O2 needs to come in. So we're going to want to tie off of basically these lines, because we're going to need pure nitrogen and pure O2. And we have behind this wall, which we'll just pull this up. It's going to be somewhere in here. I kind of wanted to put it on this wall because I figured but we can probably stick it right there. And we'll get some tubes being, let me double check. Yeah, we'll get some tubes being made while we do this because we're going to need more pipes. If we have time, I'm going to try to limit this episode to an hour, just because it is getting late. I have work tomorrow, so I kind of not want to go past that, but I did want to get a bit more done tonight. So we'll open all this up, and we're just going to kind of toss stuff down there. So we have some stuff in this wall already that we're going to need, but we are going to need to run some lines over here, and I'm thinking we might just run through the floor on this one. I think that might be the easier way to get over here, especially since everything's kind of pretty much down low. So one of those is our oxygen line, and one of those is our filtration line. So filtration line can go right in, the waste can go right into the filtration line. Unfortunately, we can't pull off of that oxygen line because that's not oxygen, that's the base air, so it's mixed with nitrogen, which unfortunately the suit sees nitrogen as waste. So it's going to make us fill up our waste canister faster and not use our, and basically any nitrogen that would be in the suit tank is basically just going to be considered as waste. So we don't really want to do that. We want to pump it full of pure oxygen. And that's where we're going to have to tie into the other line. Alternately, we could pull off of this tank over here, right there, and come down. That's actually probably shorter. So we'll probably do that opposed to coming across. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 total. Opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, okay, I guess it's about the same. So we'll probably just tie right off of there then, because that's the same, that's the oxygen line right there. Nitrogen comes off of here, which this is going to be the closest point because the tank's over there. So we're going to go up because obviously we're not going to try to cut down and around the stairwell unless we come, and we can't, unless we go through the floor, we'd have to go around, and yeah, we'll just take everything up and over. So again, we're going to need quite a few pipes. And we'll get this hooked up. And then that's pretty much, that's the last machine. We have all the machines built and running. So we will be focusing mainly on tweaking systems after this. I was contemplating on working on a spaceship for as much as we can do, which would basically be a giant flying cube, since we can't do any other shapes right now. Or at least, you know, everything would have to be based on the frame blocks. And I'm going to say we'll do 20, 40, 60, 80, 84 pipes, plus whatever a couple we already had. So we'll see how that lasts us. And then the next thing we're going to probably be working on, which is going to deal with pipes too, is probably going to make some tweaks to the air systems. All right, so let's put this where we want it so we can get kind of know exactly where we're going to hook the pipes up at. And we need that. Yeah, I kind of wanted this in the airlock at one point. You know, but I think that's going to be... Oh, hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, and I'm just looking at this and I'm wondering, where are we getting pressure from? Because we have... The greenhouse isn't running. The plants are dead, so we're not getting any O2. I mean, the greenhouse is circulating atmosphere, but, you know, as long as it's been running, we should have pulled out all the any O2 or anything in there. So why is that running? I mean, unless it just hasn't drained everything from running the generator, or it's run the generator again. Huh. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll see if we'll let it run for a while longer and see if it finally drops completely out or not. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to put it right here. I don't want to put it on the seams because that's going to make some of the pipes a pain probably. And that gives us a straight section because we're going to have to curl the pipe around. And, yep, so we can run waste, which the waste is... And the lines are all empty, so since we don't have the base pressurized. So this is our input. That is our output. And then that should be our waistline right there. So whichever one that one ties into, which looks like the lower of the two, is the one we're going to want to tie into. Okay. So we're going to, oh, we can't, okay. Yeah, we're going to have to wrap around, which all of the, not really the most efficient use of the piping, but we don't really got much of a choice. Okay, so that would be there. Now our filtration line is right here. And this lower one. Last thing we want to do is get these hooked up wrong. Luckily, waste is on the top, so that'll work out okay. And we can just tee right off of this. Just like so. And we'll go ahead and run this back because unfortunately we have to get power tied in there as well. And it's probably going to get a bit cramped in here because we are going to need to tie off of this one, which will probably run just right behind and up. Luckily, we've got no bins, so we should be okay. Or no wiring with bins that's going to block it. Okay, so there's the, that's all hooked up. This is not, oh, you know what? Shoot. All right, I just noticed something. I think these that we hooked into this line, that's going to be the wrong line. We'll have to rewire those later on. Hey, Tommy. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And that will be our O2. That's our propellant. Yeah, and we can tie our power right in off of this. So that will work good. Oh, let's toss that out of there. There we go. And we're going to want, basically just going to loop right over. And okay, there. So now it'll charge the suit battery. That'll be good. That'll give us something in this. That way we don't have that big bare section right there as well. Okay, so we shouldn't really have to do anything else with wiring. Rest of this should be plumbing, basically. And I think, actually, is that the right, or we need to be on the other side? Oh, thanks. It's getting there, work in progress. So we're going to want, yeah, that is the right spot. We'll want to line up on that. It's, you know, 50 episodes worth of work. So we've got quite a few more episodes to go. You know, and then after that, I don't know. I mean, obviously the game's still a work in progress, and we got an autosave. So if we run out of stuff to do, I'll probably start streaming another game. Probably something similar, probably like Rock or Planet Nomads or something. I really want to get back into Rock again now that it's kind of more in active development again. That's a nice hardcore, you know, um, kind of the same. You've got plumbing, you've got wiring, um, just a lot nicer graphics. Not still kind of voxel, but not as kind of cartoony as this is. Um, but it's got some interesting. It's already got like hydration and food and radiation and stuff. So pretty cool. Just kind of had some development issues. But then we'll come back to this as the add stuff, and we have stuff to do. But we've got a ways until we get to that point anyway. All right, so we're gonna add, I think, a corner. Now, which pipe was this? This was the nitrogen. Okay, we're gonna hook one of these up at a time because otherwise I will probably hook them up backwards and then it'll be a mess. But we've still got a few episodes of, or at least more than a few episodes of, you know, logic circuits and tweaks to the base and no, this will work fine. You know, and then obviously as they add stuff in, we can pop back to it, but it'll probably be you know, not quite so many streams. You know, unless we just start doing something insane, like setting up a furnace for every single, you know, alloy or something like that, which is probably a bit overkill. But, you know, we never know what the next system they're going to add is anyway. And like I said, I did think about potentially... Okay, so this is our oxygen. Nitrogen, I believe, is this one? Nitrogen, yes. All right, so we're going to tee off of this. And yeah, we can just do a three-way. But I really wish YouTube had a way to do polls or something. Maybe I will use an online poll and link it to one of the episodes or something. Because I'm pretty much open for, you know, between a few select kind of similar games. You know, I don't really want to do Space Engineers because I've played quite a bit of Space Engineers, so I'm kind of out of my Space Engineers phase for a while, at least. But yeah, Rock, Planet Nomads. I think there's what's the other one there? Hang on. Oh, and of course I've there's a nice little application that lets you run games in a Dark Dragon. That'll let them run into windowless full screen, which I'm running. Actually, if I hit, yeah, I'm gonna find out what it is to turn it off. Anyway, it's the what's the name of the game? I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the Mars one there. Kind of got a little bit of mixed reviews because it had so many bugs, which I guess they've fixed most of them now. So, I'm just completely blanking. I always do. I can never. Oh, I can never remember what the name of that game is. No. Oh, did I get? Oh, yeah, I went too far. Okay. It's all about perspective. Which is even easier because I did not need a another section of pipe there. Okay, so that's our nitrogen tied in. And then we're basically got to do the same thing with oxygen, which thank God we have flooring to go over that because that looks horrible. But what are you going to do? It mounts in the back and in the front. Kind of be nice if they had the power in the front, and then you could just have the 3 gases in the back. But, you know, hey, that would be too convenient. All right, so what we're going to want to do on this, I think, is I'm going to want to run this line right over the other one. And then that will, we can tie right down into the oxygen. And it'll keep us in the, we don't have to open up another row of blocks. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. All right, let's get, I think we might run out of piping. I was thinking, you know, 80 pipes would be enough, but I'm guessing not. Yeah, so we do have one big kind of revamp still to do on the base now, and that's the tank system. I do like the idea of having the pressure regulators before and after the tanks, so that we can, you know, control what the pressure is on the lines. My thought was too is potentially is, which I don't think we really need to, is upgrading them to some of the large tanks. I don't think that's really going to be necessary for the amount of, you know, capacity we have right now. And I do believe, yeah, we got 1 pipe left. So that's how you use 84 pipes, just like that. Run a couple lines. I mean, I didn't figure we'd, well, it almost did it. We were close. I figured we were actually going to have, like, you know, a few left over. But let's go make some more pipes. We'll go change our suit battery while it makes a few anyway. And let's get that changed out. There we go. Okay, which we can kind of close up. Let's. I want to let it give it some time to make a few, so we can go ahead and close all this up because we're done over here anyway. And we can actually close up the wall too. Yeah, but we have tanks to do, and we have we've got to do some stuff on the air handling and stuff. So we got a lot of tweaks still. Plus, we've got we still need to add a logic system in to control the pressurization in the base and in the greenhouse. I was gonna say, I hope I left the ceiling open. I'll throw that down there for now. And there we go. So we'll have that all hooked up. Looking nice again. And we can turn that on. We should actually go, oh. Yes, I love that you can do that. That's such a pain in the butt. There we go. All right, and oh yeah, jetpack's still on. All right, let's get these. do this from up here, and then we'll do the last one from underneath. Let me make sure we 3, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we've got a couple down below to do too. All right, there we go. We don't want to close that one up yet. What's the one we got to put the pipe in? And I was debating on putting a wall in here. Oh, why do we have? Oh, I guess that's. Oh, nope. Now I got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're missing a sheet somewhere. That is might be laying around somewhere, but anyway. Just grab a few. And let's go see what we got for pipes. We should hopefully... Oh, really? Let me guess. I turned it on and forgot to hit the button. Yeah, okay. I'll just kind of go stand over here in the corner. All right. Well. And here I was thinking I was using my time well. So oxygen line right there. Come on. Ah, beautiful. All right. We don't need very many, so. And we could make a, we gotta make another suit too. I don't know what it requires. We still have to make some of the alloys. We don't have them all yet. Just goes to show you can get this far without ever making nuclear batteries. Or using digital pipes. Or digital valves, I should say. Okay, and is that, nope, went too far. Wow, I think this actually went a lot quicker than I thought it was. So we can probably, let me see, what do we want to work on after this? Well, we need to make a spare suit, first of all. And I do like that, you know, oh, you know what I'm actually thinking of now? Is having 2 suit stations. That way we'll have one to charge a suit or a spare suit. Or actually, maybe the other suit we won't actually... and we had 6 pipes right there, too. All right. Actually, yeah, what I'm thinking is we'll just make another suit station. And we won't... we're not going to hook it up. So it's just something to put a suit on. And what we'll do is we'll use one to charge and fill the suits. And then basically it can go on to the other suit station. Because basically I want a backup suit. So that way if we, you know, destroy this one, which as you can see there's a little bit of damage on the helmet. They're pretty much near indestructible right now. I mean, except for getting the rips. I'm assuming they're going to change that. I would think that every time you rip it and duct tape it, it's going to, it would take down the durability of the suit a little bit. You know, but early access, so things are still being, you know, worked on, implemented, whatnot, and autosave. So, I think, you know, I definitely want another one, which we'll just set next to this one. Or actually, I think we'll have to set it over here because it's got the cabling. And what do we need? I think we have to make the space those. We might be able to make it in the tool manufactory. Oh, yep, EVA suit. Iron, copper, space helmet, iron, silicone, iron, copper. I would imagine it has to, the spacesuit's going to be all, you know, pretty readily available. Oh, okay. Not, not, you know, it's going to be something that somebody just starting off is going to need to make. I'm really hoping they do get some okay, we'll dump this one out since we've got quite a bit in it. You don't need those, okay. And we don't have anything in there, so we'll need gold, iron, copper, silicone. Which we can get silicone out of here. Right there. All right, and now we can make a spare suit. And we'll let it, oh, we're gonna have to make a battery too. And at some point, I'm gonna go around and probably paint pipes and paint walls and stuff, but I'm feeling I'll kind of do that off camera. Since not exactly the most exciting thing. Screwdriver, road flare, mining drill, EVA suit. And that's it. Alright, and we should just need a battery. I do want to paint the thing too. Yeah, that's the, okay, suit. Oh, I almost thought it was a power button on the suit, but yeah. And a pack. Oh, I wonder if we gotta put a canister in that. Let's turn off 1. Turn off 3. And then if we look at 3, yep, so we'll need to make a canister to put in there as well. So since we're not actually using ours right now, we can actually let that fill up. Canister. Oh, let's put this stuff back. Alright, well that wasn't near as bad to hook up as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have a bit more issue probably with, oh, canister, there we go. So really we're going to need 3 of those. We're going to need jetpack, oxygen, and waste. So, because obviously we're going to want the suit to be ready to be used if we need it. Okay. Do they stack? No, of course not. Why would they stack? That would be too simple. Though I could just use another slot. Just like that. All right. And over here, we'll fill up that, and we'll take that one, put it over here, and then we'll paint these to match afterwards. Waste tank, that's fine. Oxygen, nitrogen, very nice. And of course, we only have red, blue, and yellow. Hey, we get the 3 primary colors, so we should be able to mix the canes. Oh, I think we gotta have the, can we do it like this? Ah, there we go. Okay, very nice. And very nice. All right. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Can we actually paint the, oh, yep. Okay, I like that. All right. And let's, what do we do with the nitrogen tank here? Oh. So there we go. We can swap those out. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Shoot. I've still got the other tanks in there, so that doesn't help us too much. All right, there we go. No, that just doesn't look right. Okay, I wonder if I should actually make them two different colors so I know which. No, that's fine. Oh, we're gonna need filters for the. Oh, yeah, this keeps getting. We need filters for the helmet. And can you actually do? Oh, very nice. You can. So just like the batteries, you can hit R and it'll open the suit up. Well, that makes it a hell of a lot easier. Okay. So we will, and do we have a CO2? I don't think so. We need to make a CO2. It should just be iron. Oh, and it was right there. Okay. All right, so that leaves that all set, ready and go. And we can add it on the charger. Oh, yep, look, nice green light. But the battery should not go dead because it is on, so it will charge the suit. We don't need anything for the helmet. Suit's all set up. Backpack is all set up. Okay. I'm assuming that there needs to be some sort of pressure regulator on there then. All right, so we probably need to put a pressure regulator on those lines. Yep, so the oxygen blue. And nitrogen balanced out. Okay, so that is good to know. Pressure regulators on the charging station. You would think the charging station would be smart enough to know what it needs. And hopefully... I hear stuff running, so I don't know if it's because we've got some pressure now, or if we blew another line as well. Well, no, we shouldn't have. The tanks are only 10, so... Okay, we'll let that run. It'll pull anything out that's in the atmosphere. We didn't actually lose any atmosphere, which is good. So basically the only thing we did is destroy a tank. Which makes sense. The O2 system is up to 40, so it is high enough that it would blow. And I don't know if we actually get anything else back from... Oh, I took it. Yeah, I don't think we actually get anything back because it's counted as being destroyed. All right, so we need another canister. And probably since we have material in the tool manufacturing. We can go ahead and make some spray paint too and get these tanks painted. All right, so let's swap this out and let it fill. And we're gonna want, so really we're gonna need 2 pressure regulators. All right, so we're not getting, can we turn off the, see, off, 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 off. Okay, so we'll turn all this off so that it's not using power. There we go. Yeah, because we don't want it to be on the station, on the charging station, because it's just going to keep running. All right, so to fix this, which should be relatively simple, barring wiring issues. And yeah, we should be able to get everything in from this side. See, I knew that was too simple. I was like, oh yeah, that was a lot easier to set up than I thought. No, just does not work that way. All right, and honestly, we could do it all back here. That way we don't have to access it in there and have it sticking up in the floor, because honestly, we'll never need to touch it again. So we'll do that. I think, oh, wait a minute, no. Question is that was okay. Oh, obviously there's a nice crash with the atmospherics manager. All right, so this was the waste tank. That's the nitrogen. So we can put the other one over here. And that should work because we can pull power off of there. We can pull power off of here, or continue off it. The question is, what line is that? As long as that is not the AC line, then we should be fine. All right, I'm going to need, I don't think we have any pressure regulators made up. No. And when I think about it, we should yeah, we should make a roll of duct tape here pretty soon. Though surprisingly, that is the first roll of duct tape since I started, so I have not, you know, either I'm usually pretty cautious or it just lasts forever. All right, and we should just need wiring, and then we should be good to go. Oh, I thought we pulled that open. Okay, so pressure regulator. There we go. Okay, there. And pressure regulator there. All right, so we're going to set this at the 9950. And then we'll basically have full tanks. And click, 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 click. Oh, autosave. Okay. There we go. That's all good. So many clicks. How many clicks does it take to get to the no to the setting that you want? That many. On. Hey, look, something else to sit here and constantly draw power from the base. That's awesome. There. And, oh, this is going to be a pain. Cable corner. We might. Okay, let's get this one hooked up. So let's see. That's the oxygen. That's the nitrogen. And what I want to do is let's grind on this. Let's grind on this. I love how stuff falls through and then it just kind of wigs out. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I guess it ties in, wraps around. Oh, that's where it's coming up. Okay, yeah, and then it's tying in. So that's coming right off the transformer. All right, that makes sense. Very nice. Okay. So that should hopefully prevent any more exploding, at least regarding those. And oh, I hit it twice, didn't I? Or did it finally actually run empty? Oh my god, our welder may have finally actually gone empty. No. Okay. That's really weird. Okay. Well, we might be having a bug there. Or all of a sudden, my O key. No, it's still got pressure in it. I think we'll pull it out just to yeah. Unless the mix was off on it. No. I'm wondering if that has to do with the atmospherics crash I had. Huh. Yeah, I can't turn the welder on. It refuses to work. Okay. Well, let's get this buttoned up first. Since we should be set on there. Let's put that on there. And then let's stand back here just in case. Yeah, because my only thought was is if the line in front of those is overpressurized, then that could make that blow. Huh. Why did the air tank drop? Six, 7, 1. That's really strange. What do we got? O2, 100%, 28 MPa. Wow. Okay, that's our filtration line, which is fine. Um, that's fine. Why is that so low though? Yeah, the atmospherics is bugged out because it's not. FPS usually run a little slow. I have which my system's a little bit older. I have an AMD 8370 8 core for my processor. Video card is a GTX 970. And then I think currently I'm running, I can't remember if I've got 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, and it's running off of an SSD for the primary OS, and then I've got two terabyte hard drives. But FPS, I usually, we get around 30, 35, yeah, right around there. Um, and that's as high as I can get. Going through the settings, um, shadows, tanks the FPS. And honestly, if I drop this down to the fastest settings, it doesn't change. It's like 1 FPS difference. Um, so really, I mean, I can't really seem to do anything or to get anything better. And I'm assuming that's just as good as it's running right now. Okay, so why? Yeah, it looks like the atmospherics is yeah, the shadows kill it. All right, so I am going to. Well, actually, we'll just leave those right there because we're going to need to patch that up. All right, let me save in just in case a different slot. Yeah, I want to do a yeah, atmospherics collection was modified. Yeah. Um, I do plan on doing an upgrade, hopefully sometime this year. I just haven't sure what I'm going to get yet. I was looking at getting a Threadripper since I um, do some 3D rendering and whatnot. Um, but that's a pretty decent chunk of change right now too. All right, so I'm gonna leave the session. See if we come back in and see if it fixes that atmospherics bug. Um, and then we can finish this up. And hopefully then our tank should be filling as well too. It looks like it's something just in with gases in general, which I'm assuming is something to do because the last update that was like a few hours ago for the beta branch, they were messing with the atmospherics. Yeah, it's a chunk of change. And now I'm thinking my client may have completely crashed because usually by now I would be back to the menu. Uh, yeah. Well, we might just wrap up this episode here. We're hitting an hour right now, which is, like I said, I've got work tomorrow. So, and really everything should be up and running now. I mean, we just had to add those 2 pressure regulators in. Um, and I think really the only thing we had left was to weld those 2 frames and put the wall back on. Um, but now we have a spare suit and because for one, adding the spare suit damaged our helmet even more. And what I might do is just make another helmet once we get the base pressurized and just go ahead and recycle the one I'm wearing. And yeah, I would say this is locked up because I'm stuck here. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I may or may not be doing a stream tomorrow. I don't usually seem to stream on Monday. Got to ease into the work week. Um, but if I'm feeling energetic, then actually that's gonna vary. I have a project I'd like to do for myself after work tomorrow. But depending if the machine is free or not, I may not be able to do it. So, or um, if we have everything cut that we need to cut, then I might not be free. If not, then I'll be home regular time. So I may do a stream tomorrow. And if it is free or we get everything cut, then I'll be getting home a little bit late to do that project. It's a belated Valentine's Day present for my wife. So um, uh, we'll see how that goes. But next stream, I think is possibly going to be revamping the tank system, and we'll just put this at stream end, because I really like that idea of adding the pressure regulator before and after, so that we can, we know we're not going to go over the burst pressure for the storage because the O2 is getting close. We're at like 42, 41, 42 MPa in it, so we need to address it sooner than later. The only caveat to that is we're going to need to drain those tanks because if you pick up the tanks, you lose everything in them. So we're either going to have to put in a temporary tank to pump into, um, or the alternate is we go ahead and repressurize the base, um, so that that'll drain the oxygen and the nitrogen. Um, so that would let us do those two tanks. And then we'll have to figure out for the other ones because obviously I'd rather not dump all the volatiles in the base. That just kind of seems like a bad idea. I could see, I use a welder and then the whole entire base turns into a giant fireball. Um, you know, and oh, thanks. Yeah, it's I saw it before. It's like a long time ago. I don't remember who. I don't know who made it, but I found it online, and as far as I know, it's free use. So until somebody complains, I'm going to use it for a while. Um, and if I start doing other streams, I don't know if I'll change it because unfortunately, that's what you're going to see. So at least for Stationeers, I'll use it, and then maybe I was trying to think of maybe finding other ones with different astronaut things on them for different, like if we do rock or something, I'll see if I can find like an astronaut on Mars or something. But I like that because for one, it's an astronaut on the moon, and that's what we're doing in Stationeers. But yeah, and now hopefully now that I've said that, some random author's not going to pop up and be like, "Hey, I created that. You can't use it." um, but anyway, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Obviously, a little bit of game issues there at the end, but like I said, if I don't stream tomorrow, I'll probably stream it the next day, and it'll be back to the normal hour and a half. But hopefully now, we'll have to push out the tank room, and we still gotta have somewhere to grow chickens. But other than that, those are just expanding. The tank room might be a little bit. That might be an episode or two. Chicken room should be relatively easy. And I'm wondering if we can put them inside guardrails, or if they can get out of them, because maybe we'll expand out the living quarters and just kind of have guardrails kind of corralling them. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good night.